Well, here we are on the second day of release of the football DLC, and I'm sorry to say, guys, it's not good. It's not so much the DLC as it was the update. I would say to any of you watching this right now, if you haven't updated your game yet, if you don't have your PS5 set to auto updates, do not bother with the new update. The new update has messed up the game royally, and I should say it doesn't have anything to do with the DLC because people that haven't bought the DLC and have just updated the game are experiencing major issues with the game. Both TML and Aerosoft discords are flooded with people that are basically pissed off that the game is broke. A couple things I have noticed. If you're in the game and you try to change the graphics setting, nothing happens. And also, what I've noticed is with this bus here, the graphic settings, no matter what, the mirrors look the same. They don't change. Like this middle mirror doesn't work whether I have the performance mode on or off. FPS, again, it took a huge hit. There's reports of in the base game now. This is again nothing to do with the football DLC. Okay, the actual regular game, the base game, grass textures aren't coming in. I've seen videos of it where anywhere there's grass, it looks just white. It's just blank whiteness. As you can see, I do have grass textures here. Now I do have the performance mode off, so this should be the better looking mode, if you will. FPS issues, things in the bus not working. It broke a lot of things. It broke a lot of things, guys. So please beware of that it broke a lot. So what we're going to do is, that's open, that's closed. Wait a minute. Okay. Open. Close. Why does this say open? Now see, because I did that from the outside, it screws that up because the button doesn't set to open if you do it from the outside. So whereas before, if I was to get up right now and open the door, the button would show it's opened, and then you would close it. But now if I open the door, the button shows that the door is still closed, so then you have to open it and close it again for it to work. That's another thing that's broken. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is going to be a rant video, guys. This is going to, so I'm warning you right now, this is going to be a rant video. This update is completely unacceptable. Now, I did... Okay. Hold on. Parking brake is on, right? Yeah, okay. I did like a 3-hour live stream yesterday, the launch of the football DLC. And I didn't have too many issues. FPS drop was an issue. There are some bugs within the actual football DLC. Like when you had to buy a data plan for the bus, it won't let you. Weird. On the GPS, the speedometer doesn't work. It either doesn't have a speed, or it locks in at 50 and stays 50. The clock on the GPS doesn't work. Not the clock. The when it tells you your arrival time, like accident. Yeah. The update is just unacceptable. I mean, it's getting so it feels like they just don't bother testing at all, and it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating because basically I'm sick of us being the guinea pigs that test these games. It's not up to us. If you want us to test the game, then put out a beta and then let it be free. Pick people to test it. Don't make people pay for something to test. And again, it's not the DLC. It's the update. You know what? We're gonna be here forever. It's the update in general. And there's no way you could tell me that so many people are complaining that they didn't know, that it wasn't there in their testing. Bull. Complete bull. It's just getting more and more unacceptable by the minute that these games keep doing this. These developers, they have no concern for the players at all. You know, like in the Discord, they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're seeing reports of a few bugs that they said that the update, a few bugs. It's not a few bugs. It's a lot of bugs. It's a lot of bugs that are game-breaking bugs in many cases. These developers, they love to downplay things. They love to make things sound like, oh, it's just a few little bugs, when the game is unplayable for some. You know, those aren't minor bugs. You know, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And now, look at this. The signal light will not go off. I made a complete turn, and that won't go off automatically. I mean, how do you break things this bad? How? And the thing is, and I'm sorry, but it pisses me off. Nobody wants to take the blame. Nobody steps up and says, oops, sorry, you know, my fault. You have TML, who, listen, if you don't follow the game, if you're not in their Discord, if you're not following all the drama, okay, when you boot up this game, the first thing you see is a big TML splash page. Ooh, TML, this is TML's game. Why would anybody not think that TML doesn't have anything to do with this game on console when the minute you start the game up, it says TML on the first screen? Okay? You know, I'm sorry, I don't get like this often, but I'm really pissed off at this, because you go into Discord and TML is always saying, we're not responsible, and people in the Discord get pissy about it, but what do you expect people to think? Like I said, when you start up the game, TML is literally the first thing you see. The DHL trucks in the game say TML on them. Okay, and then you go in their Discord and you're like, we don't have nothing to do with it. Well, then take your goddamn name off the game on console. Because if you don't have nothing to do with it, you're literally the only developer that is in the game. You're literally the only developer's name. Look at TML. There's a TML truck passing you right now. You're literally the only developer shown in the game. Nowhere on this game does it say Zero Games developed this for console. Okay? So take your goddamn name off the first splash page. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. It really is. And like I said, I'm just pissed off at this point, because Aerosoft said they don't want anybody saying anything bad about Zero, because they're doing the best that they can. So who should we direct our dissatisfaction to then? Because Aerosoft isn't developing the game.
Darum soll man sich also anschauen.
It's on Zero. TML, they don't have nothing to do with this game, although their name is all over it, so you can't say nothing to them. So it goes back to Aerosoft. Aerosoft, they're just a publisher. They're just a publisher. They're making money off the game, and obviously nobody really cares about putting out a quality game for console. These companies that they keep porting these games over, they're in it just for the money. I truly believe that, because they don't put any real care into these games. But you know what? Wait a minute. You know what? No, let me apologize. Let me not say that, because I will say this, and this is shocking. Okay, this is going to shock you. It shocked me. Heavy Cargo, the truck simulator, Toxtronic, TX2, whatever they're going by now. Bravo to them. They did an actual good job on the last update. They actually fixed things. They made the game better. They made it playable. I was impressed. That's an Aerosoft title. Aerosoft publishes that game. So is the developer. This particular game, it seems like it's in limbo because TML doesn't want nothing to do with the console version of it. So that tells me right there that this was Aerosoft's baby. And again, nothing against the guys at Aerosoft now, because this game came out to Aerosoft when Fabian was still running things. The guys that are running Aerosoft now, maybe they would have never brought this game to console. Maybe they would have had the sense to look at this game and go, no, it's not going to work on console. We probably shouldn't bring it out. But that's something that we'll never know because they weren't in charge then. The game's out now. Obviously, they just can't take the game out the PlayStation Store, right? Obviously, they're not just going to refund everybody's purchase of that bought the game. The game's out, so we're stuck with it, and they're stuck with it. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to have people that are pissed. You're going to have people dissatisfied when you keep putting out updates like this, when you keep a game alive that you're not fixing. Just come out and say, look it, there's nothing. I mean, look it, as you can see in the distance right now, the flashing trees. This was not here prior to the update. This is horrible. Like, how did this pass? How did this pass? You're telling me they looked at this and they said, yep, that looks good to me, thumbs up, send it. Come on, guys, come on, just do better. Just do better. Like, there's no way you couldn't have seen this. And like, literally everybody in your Discord, everybody that's got the update is saying this is a thing. These flashing trees. I'm having the grass textures, albeit it's popping in like crazy. This is just unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. Will they fix it? Maybe. Maybe they will. But it still doesn't change the fact that they released it in this state. That they seen this update and they just released it and said either they didn't test it, they didn't know what the hell it actually looked like on console, or they did and just said, you know what, good enough. Let's just see what those console idiots do. Let's see what they say about it. Maybe they won't notice it. If they won't notice it, then good. If they notice it, then we'll try to patch it up for them. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. Because why would you send this in this state? And I can understand that you're going to have people that don't want to see you delay an update or delay a DLC. But my God, you don't release it like this. Trust me. The people that are annoyed about delays are the minority. They're just the loud minority. The rest of us would rather you delay a DLC or delay an update and get it right. Because now, there's a lot of people that play this game. A lot of people, this is their main game that they play. That they look forward to playing this game every day. Come home after school, maybe after work, and play some Fernbus. And this right now is unplayable. That flashing, you're going to give somebody an epileptic seizure with that flashing. That's what that's going to cause. And there is no seizure warning on this game. This is just ridiculous. What they should do, if they don't have a fix for it yet, they should revert it. Yes, you want to be able to play the football DLC. That sucks. But revert it. Put it back to the old update. Bring it back to the previous version of the game. Let people at least play this part of the game until you figure out what's wrong. I don't know. I don't feel like this should have ever been released in this state. And like I said, for some people, it's even worse because the grass textures aren't coming in. Lots of things I'm hearing on the buses don't work. Lights aren't working. Some people are saying that the announcements aren't working. It's just ridiculous. This is by far the worst update to this game ever. Absolutely the worst update ever. To anyone out there that's maybe thinking about purchasing the football DLC right now, I would say don't. Hold off. I would say wait till this game is fixed or at least put back to its former self. I would not waste the $20 on the DLC until they fix it. And for the love of God, if you haven't updated the game yet, don't update the game. It's just not worth it. So you know what, guys? I think that's all I really have to say about it. I mean, there's so much that's broken the game right now. It isn't even funny. Like I said, I just don't understand. Nobody takes accountability for it. It's not anybody's fault. TML's name's all over it. They don't want, they don't have nothing to do with it. Again, I understand that, but then get your name off the game. Get your name off the game, because people that don't follow you, people that don't, look into it and research it, because it's a game. Okay, because I'm sorry, you shouldn't have to dig deep to figure out who's responsible for a game. We're gamers, okay? We're not supposed to be detectives. This is a hobby. For me, I do this on YouTube because I want to get the information to you guys, so I look it up. But as a regular average gamer, you shouldn't have to dig deep to figure out who develops this game. When you start up the game, it says TML, so of course everybody's going to assume TML is the one who developed this game. It's so shady. It's not transparent. It's not transparent at all. Zero Games isn't even in any of their discords. I haven't seen anybody from Zero Games in any of the discords. So it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy to me. But you know what? That's really all I have to say about it. It's just not a good thing. I hope they fix it. I really hope they do. The way I feel about it is that it shouldn't have to be fixed. Some little bugs maybe you can see getting through, but not like this. Not like this. And look, to this day, still look at grass texture just coming in over the road. It's just horrible. It's just horrible, and they refuse to fix any of it. So you know what, guys? I'm actually done with this video. That's all I have to say. It's just very frustrating, and it gets old really quick. Luckily, I have other games that I can play, other games that I can cover for you guys. Hopefully it gets fixed soon, but I don't know. We'll just have to sit here and then hope. And I hope you guys that are really into this game, and this is your main game, I really hope you guys can find a different game to play at some point, because I just don't ever see this game becoming anything more than it is right now. So yeah, I wish I had better news for you guys, but I don't. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed the video, because I don't feel like this is an enjoyable video, but it's just one that had to come out. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.